Joyous Noel, Feliz Navidad, Merry Christmas. No matter where you live or how you say it, that is a phrase that all of us are going to be hearing quite a bit in the upcoming months as Christmas approaches. My name is Kayla Rich, and today I will be talking about a little bit about Christmas. The reason I chose this is because Christmas is coming up, and I wanted to learn a little bit about the history of Christmas and how some of our favorite traditions of putting up a Christmas tree and lighting up lights got started. So today I'll be talking about 3 different things. I'll be going over a little bit of the history of Christmas, how some of our favorite Christmas traditions got started, and how those traditions have changed over the years to become what they are today. Now firstly, I'll be talking about a little bit about the history of Christmas. Now, since the early 20th century, Christmas has been a secular family holiday observed by Christians and non-Christians alike, but it started out as a Christian festival to celebrate the birth of Jesus. Now, in the first couple centuries, Christianity was opposed to celebrating the birthdays of martyrs, but in actuality, saints and martyrs should be honored for the days of their martyrdom, their true birthdays from the church's perspective, which is how we got Christmas. The precise origin of assigning December 25th as the date of Jesus' birth is kind of unclear. December 25th was first identified as the date of Jesus' birth by Sextus Julius Africanus in 221 and later become the universally accepted date. One widespread explanation for the origin of this day is that December 25th was the Christianizing of the Dies Solis Invicti Nati, Day of the Birth of the Unconquered Sun, a popular holiday in Roman Empire that celebrated the winter solstice as a symbol of the resurgence of the sun, casting away winter and heralding the rebirth of spring and summer. Now, Christmas began to be widely celebrated in 9th century, but did not attain the importance of either Good Friday or Easter, the other 2 major Christian holidays, until much later. Non-Christian traditions started to show up as a consequence of early church leaders melding Jesus' nativity celebration with pre-existing midwinter festivals. And since then, Christmas traditions have warped over time, arriving at their current state a little more than over a century ago. Now, some of our Christmas traditions, the history of Christmas traditions changed enormously in the 19th century when most of the familiar components of the modern Christmas, which include Christmas trees, Advent wreaths, Advent calendars, and giving gifts, became very popular. Now, even though there is some uncertainty about the precise date and origin of the tradition of the Christmas tree, it appears that fir trees decorated with apples were first known in Strasbourg in 1605, and that the first use of candles on such trees were recorded by a Silesian duchess in 1611. The Advent wreath, made of fir branches with 4 candles, denotes the 4 Sundays of the Advent season. Is of even more recent origin, especially in North America. The custom, which began in the 19th century but had roots in the 16th century, originally involved fir wreath with 24 candles to represent the 24 days before Christmas, starting December 1st. But the awkwardness of having so many candles on the wreath made them reduce the number to only 4, which is what we have today. Now, an analogous custom is the Advent calendar, which provides 24 openings, one to be opened each day beginning December 1st. According to the tradition, the calendar was created in the 19th century by a Munich housewife who got tired of having to answer endlessly when Christmas would come. The first commercial calendars were printed in Germany in 1851. Now, towards the end of the 18th century, the practice of giving gifts to family members became very well established. Theologically, the feast day reminded Christians of God's gift of Jesus to humankind, even as the coming of the wise men or magi to Bethlehem suggested that Christmas was somehow related to giving gifts. The practice of giving gifts, which goes back to the 15th century, contributed to the view that Christmas was a secular holiday focused on family and friends. Now, Some of these traditions have changed over the years as we have changed. In our present day, while we still use real fir trees or nobles, whatever type of tree that you like, we also have plastic trees for those who don't really want to hike out, cut down their tree, or go to a tree lot. You can get them in a variety of colors, whether they be pink, blue, silver, or white. And instead of using candles, today we use Christmas lights. Now, as I said, Advent wreaths have changed. Instead of using 24 candles for the 24 days before Christmas, we only use 4 candles to represent the 4 Sundays until Christmas. Advent calendars have changed a bit. While we still can get paper calendars with little windows that have a Merry Christmas saying on them for the 24 days of Christmas, we now have chocolate calendars, which give you a nice sweet treat for each of the 24 days. Gift giving has also changed a bit. In the past, it was a very simple tradition. You'd give simple gifts, either homemade or cheap, or even just an orange in your stocking for a sweet treat on Christmas. Today, we go above and beyond. We fill our stockings to the brim, and our trees are always piled full of gifts for everyone and anyone. So in conclusion, today I've talked a little bit about the history of Christmas and how it kind of got started as a Christian festival, but morphed into what we have today, which is a festival for Christian and non-Christian alike to celebrate family and friends and getting together. While our traditions have changed throughout the years, they haven't changed too much, and we still have the general premise of just decorating and celebrating the day with family and friends. So thank you.